think so. I mean, I think Frank is obviously shattered with the end there, with what unfolded. And it is what it is. If you're wondering why there is no reaction from Tyson Fury as yet, Tyson Fury and the Fury party left fairly swiftly and headed back to the dressing room. But I'll ask all three of you, where does it leave Oleksandr Usyk at this moment in terms of boxing greats?
See, for me, having done what he did at cruiserweight, winning the world title at amateur, winning the Olympics in London, winning the undisputed cruiserweight title, and coming up and completing double victories over Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, winning against Daniel Dubois, and we know how dangerous he is now. For me, he belongs alongside the likes of Evander Holyfield.
I think in our time,
it's a really good comparison.
In our time, Holyfield's the only guy for me who stands comparison.
Yeah.
And Holyfield didn't beat giants like he has.
No, but
he didn't beat Lewis.
But he became a 4-time heavyweight champion of the world. He completed all the great things. Usyk belongs in the top 10 of the greatest heavyweights.
Listen, without a doubt, Usyk's in the top 5 of the greatest heavyweights through what he's achieved, because he's cleaned up the modern era. He's beat Daniel Dubois, he's beat Fury twice, beat Anthony Joshua twice, the undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight, not forgetting the World Boxing Super Series cruiserweight titles as well. The guy's done everything. You've got to let him have his moment.
Andy is such a class act as a champion. You know, he doesn't provide interviews which make you cringe. He doesn't misbehave at weigh-ins. He gives, for what many people would say, is absolutely the right image that boxing should be projecting.
I think they call it a role model, don't they?
I think he's exactly that, Spencer. As you can see, we're watching in the ring at this moment. There's tremendous scenes. The Ukrainians, who are big, you know, all of them such a big part of what Usyk does, all standing, embracing each other. They're enjoying this moment, they're loving this moment, and Usyk is right in the thick of it. But John made such a good point, Spencer, I think this is really valid at this stage. Usyk never resorts to any foul-mouthed tactics. He is always so respectful. From the very start to the very end, he's never anything else than that. And I think that does deserve such a special mention.
I totally agree, John, and the weird thing was then, the first question to Oleksandr Usyk, you know, from the interviewer, Adi Odolipo, said, do you think the scores were right? He go, the scorecards were right. I thought, very strange question to open up an interview after he's just put in a heroic performance like that.
Yeah.
And you know, you go, and his answer, his response is the one that I thought was beautiful. He goes, well, that's the judges' scores.
He says,
brilliant.
I win. What's next for Fury?
Well, he's got to go back, you know, and take a long, hard rest, and well-earned rest. Sorry, I think I need one as well now. After that, long, well-earned rest, and
you've been magnificent.
Just decide what he wants to do with, you know, with his career now. He's achieved everything, hasn't he? He's done it. He, you know, he rolled the dice there. He tried to, you know, revenge the loss. It never went his way. Another great contest. What else is there to prove? What else does he want to do? I'll tell you what might happen. I'll tell you where we're going to go. I'm going to put it on the line now. And I think I'm right with this. We get Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury next. Why? Because they want it here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And I know that Turki Al-Sheikh wants him because he wants the best fighting the best of modern eras. That's the next fight for both of them.
Well, could well be, who knows? But John, I was interested from Teddy Atlas saying there, you know, Daniel Dubois, he's got youth on his side. He's a different Daniel Dubois. That might prove to be the ultimate test. You never know for Usyk.
Well, and Teddy's a good analyst. You know, he goes right the way back. He trained Mike Tyson, trained Michael Moore. He's been around the commentary world for decades, and he summed it up brilliantly.
Pictures of Oleksandr Usyk returning to his dressing room, and of course, somewhat relieved, somewhat exhausted. But I have to say, John, the man is an incredible machine, isn't he? When he's in there, he just does not let up. Even on the moments we saw when Fury looked as if he might have him going, then Usyk comes right back at him.
He's a great professional. You know, and he really does satisfy the old adage of you've got to fight 3 minutes of every round, 12 rounds of every fight. And as well as that, as well as the fitness, the technique, and the sheer mental toughness to be able to do that, he has within him kind of that inbuilt clock and that inbuilt scoring mechanism where he knows where he is in a fight. He knows when to apply pressure. He knows when the other guy is weakening. You know, and it turned out, when we were talking before about how it was going to go, you know, I hate to say, well, I told you so. I thought Fury would start well, and I thought Usyk would finish well and take it down the stretch, and that's exactly what happened. He's a very, very good fighter.
You spelled it out to me exactly earlier on in the day, John, as to how this might transpire, and you've been bang on it. I must say, bang on the money. Gareth A Davies has returned to our position here ringside. Gareth, no change really out of Frank there as to what Tyson may or may not do next, because it's still too raw for them. What do you think Tyson will do next?
Well, first of all, I was quite it was compelling to hear Frank Warren say he and Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn and people sitting on that side of the ring, clearly the opposite side of the ring to us, clearly saw a different fight. We over here had it marginally to Oleksandr Usyk. The thing for me is, where does Tyson Fury go now? What does he do? There's nothing more to accomplish. He was a brilliant heavyweight champion, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. If he wants the Anthony Joshua fight, fine. All Brits would love to see that fight. But I don't think we're going to see much more of Tyson Fury. No, he may fight Anthony Joshua, but I don't see him coming back to fight anyone else.
I think his best days are behind him, aren't they?
He was very good tonight.
He was good.
He's up against an all-time great.
Gareth, he was better tonight than he was in May, quite definitely.
He was sharper, he was more conditioned, wasn't he?
Those fights against Deontay Wilder are the fights which Tyson Fury is going to be remembered for.
Exactly. John, Spencer, Gareth, we witnessed something special again tonight. What an occasion. And it wasn't just the big fight itself. The fights leading up to it were pretty darn good too. And you heard it all live with us on talkSPORT. Thanks to everyone who is taking part in the watch along tonight. Where have you been? We enjoyed your company. We're delighted you joined us, because we have been so close to the action tonight, and we hope that we made you feel to be close to it as well. What next for Tyson Fury? Well, we will find out more in the fullness of time, the answer to that question. But Oleksandr Usyk has done it again. What is next for him? Maybe Daniel Dubois. We shall see. I want to thank John Rawling. Phenomenal. Spencer, where'd you get the energy from, my friend? Maybe you should take on Usyk.
Listen, I've just blown a gasket there, Jim. That's
yes,
me
indeed.
done, mate. I just want to wish everyone...
We better not sit downwind of you. And Gareth A Davies, phenomenal. Up and down, ringside one moment, back here the next. A terrific experience. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. From us all here at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh. It's good night.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.